Hey guys, Lord Ranchin here, bringing you a World Championship League of Legends casting thingamabobby. I have somebody with me today, Pachirisu, joining me for the games between SKT Telecom T1 and the KOO Tigers. Thought I'd bring in some expert help, so I thought, hey, so I thought, why not? Former challenger player and such. So, we're just gonna, stuff going on, bans going out. Opinions?
I think this is pretty normal. Like, Tahm Kench, Kalista, Mordekai, Elise, and Gangplank are champions that will be banned throughout the series, I think. The Renekton ban might be interesting for people, but if people have watched the previous games of SK Telecom, they noticed that MaRin would pick Renekton every time it's open and he would destroy the top lane. So I'm not really surprised with the Renekton ban. The rest is pretty standard. SKT just first picked the Rek'Sai because that is right now the best jungle in the game. And the KOO Tigers pick up Lulu and Alistar. Lulu going to be mid lane. It is a possibility that KOO Tigers is going to pick Kog'Maw here in this composition. But we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, you think Kog'Maw rather than Jinx?
Jinx is also possible, but I don't know if Prey is a Jinx player. I haven't seen it on him that much.
Yeah, they're just asking because Jinx seems to have been overall more popular as sort of the late game AD carry in this tournament. Her or Vayne, maybe, if memory serves me correctly, but I'm not actually sure. I might be getting that a little bit wrong. But on the opposite side, do see the Shen flex pick alongside the Sivir for Bang, so that's going to be interesting to see as well.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that Shen is going to be on the bottom lane because, in my opinion, Shen top lane isn't that strong as it used to be.
Unless you're in solo queue and then people just, what the hell, Shen does damage and they lose.
Yeah, but I am sure that if MaRin detects Shen, then Smeb knows what to do.
Oh yeah, no.
There's the Jinx, like you said.
No surprise. I definitely think that Smeb is gonna be able to handle a Shen top lane. I think that's actually going to be one of the most interesting things in this matchup is the Smeb versus MaRin matchup, because Smeb's kind of been the guy that's been carrying KOO a little bit, and I think going up against the best top laner in the world in MaRin, I think it's going to be a little bit rough for him. If he doesn't bring it, I think KOO's just going to fold.
Indeed. So what we see here is that they will probably pick Ryze and Rumble. And if you pick Rumble, you are basically saying this: we want to win the mid lane. I mean, we want to win the mid game. Like, what Rumble is really good at is winning the early dragon fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and was showing Ryze earlier. We have been seeing Faker play a lot of Ryze mid this tournament, but Kassadin has really risen in popularity, and he is considered very highly by Chinese teams and Korean teams, especially Chinese teams, but I think Korean teams as well have been valuing him quite highly this tournament, so yes, for his late game carry potential, and I think he's actually a good pick. I just say, once he reaches level 6, he has that snowball potential, which is something you want Faker to do. So, but with him on Kassadin, I think you're going to have to expect KOO Tigers to want to get those ganks off on him with Lee Sin and Alistar. That's definitely a possibility with Lulu in the mid lane. It's definitely something they're going to want to focus on. So it's going to be interesting to see overall how well, if Faker just survives the early laning phase, just gets to level 6, doesn't die, also going for that Ignite, and in the double TP meta that we've been seeing at Worlds, seeing the Ignite mid lane is just a little bit more fun, because that T1 are going to be like, we don't need this double TP meta to win. We can just go for those fights as soon as they start.
Indeed. Well, if you have noticed one thing, in a previous game, SKT will always play standard. They won't adapt to other teams saying like, okay, you are doing a double teleport strategy, then we do as well. No, SKT always do what they want, and that is playing standard. They want to play standard, and bait your opponent into doing the same, and then they will beat you on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
and by taking Ignite, Faker is saying to Koro, "I want to kill you," and
just let me get level 6 first.
Yeah. If he reaches level 6, then he wants to try to kill Koro, but I don't think that is going to happen. Like, it's a Lulu.
Yeah.
But I don't think Koro can kill Faker either, so I really like the Kassadin pick here. Like, it's like, if you are not bringing in the Alistar, it will be very difficult for the KOO Tigers to take down that Kassadin.
Well, exactly. There is a decent amount of CC to maybe shut him down, and it's also because they went for the Sivir to make the team fight somewhat interesting. I think Sivir and Kassadin, so you put the sort of the carry potential on other sides. Sivir can of course carry; she can become a really powerful AD carry, but she brings a more utility role as opposed to Jinx on the opposite side, where they're just saying, okay, so we're gonna need Jinx to kind of help us carry this game because we have the Alistar to peel, we have the Lulu to make her giant to help her out. So Kuro and Gorilla are going to be focusing on that. They have Smeb on Riven in trying to find and shut down the carries on the opposite side, and Hojin on Lee Sin, the same job. So it's basically Smeb and Hojin are going to be searching for the carries while Kuro and Gorilla keep prey alive.
Yep. Well, what I think is going to be the preferred strategy of KOO Tigers, they might want to try to kill Faker, but I don't think that is the best thing to do. I think it is best for Hojin to focus on getting Smeb ahead on MaRin. Like, if Riven gets ahead on Rumble, Riven will just split push the top lane, and it will be very difficult to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with that. I think on the KOO's side, getting Riven going is important. I think you're just going to want to leave Prey and Gorilla in the bot lane against Bang and Wolf just normally. Just let them lane against each other. I'm not sure if they're going to want to go for a lane swap here, but that is what you want to do. Once level 6 pops on all sides, it's going to be really interesting to see, because on that Shen, of course, you have a support that actually has global presence, which is why he's become so popular as a support in these. So it's kind of interesting to say that, yeah, okay, they didn't go for the double TP strategy, but they still have a second guy that actually has a quote-unquote TP.
Indeed. And I think that will have a very big impact in this game. Like, as you know, Sivir is not that bad in, like, managing a lane solo. Like, if Shen goes for a play on the top lane or in a mid lane, Sivir can easily hold its own against Alistar and Jinx.
Yeah, she has her ultimate, she has spell shield to get away from trouble, so anytime anybody tries to go on her, she's just going to press R and run away in worst case scenario, so
indeed,
she's going to be fine. How do you think this lane swap's going to work out, though? Like, so far it seems we're just going to have Sivir by herself in the bot lane taking the free farm, and then top lane we do see the Alistar and the Jinx just seems like they might be trying to hyper push the tower.
I think this is best for SKT, because they kind of want to stall out the game until Rumble hits level 6, so they can take on dragon fights. Like, I think KOO Tigers lane swapped, predicting that SKT would also lane swap, because they don't want standard here. They don't want Riven against Rumble, because early game Lee Sin versus Lee Sin and Riven against Rek'Sai and Rumble, the Lee Sin and the Riven will win that.
Yeah. Much better early game, much more kill potential, and easy level 2-3 ganks, so that's a lot of pressure. But yeah, KOO's going to take the early gold lead here with this early tower, but bot lane is actually being pushed out very hard as well, so it seems like T1's just going to equalize this whole advantage right away.
Yeah.
Even get the tower first.
So now I want to see what KOO Tigers is going to do. I think that they are both going to swap now.
Yeah, just go back to standard laning. Seems like this whole situation just kind of equalized itself, and whatever you want to do. Fake is already at level 4, so this whole swap thing has created a position for him to, I think, get to level 6 and get to basically being safe much earlier. If we'd had standard lanes, I think standard lanes and maybe early roaming from Alistar alongside the Lee Sin, who might have had a position where they could actually get an early kill on Faker, but seeing as how he's gotten so close to level 6, it seems like that's actually not going to happen.
Well, that is also a side effect of this whole late fall thing. Like, you need the jungler and the top lane to take down that tower as fast as possible. But while they are doing that, they are not taking, they cannot gank mid lane.
Yeah, speaking of, Wolf not in vision. Bengi from the left side. He's going to spot out Gorilla and actually going to kill a ward. On the opposite side, we do see Wolf going in. Nope, Kuro just game senses that happening. As he actually saw Bengi on the left side, so no early first blood opportunity there for SKT, but Faker is level 5 now.
Let's see. They're going in for a fight now, and...
Oh, Gorilla is by himself. There is a TP coming in, 2 TPs coming in, and Bengi and Wolf just gonna escape. Hojin gonna go in on forcing the flash. Oh, flashes already. Wolf's gonna get caught. Exhaust's gonna get popped here. 4 members of KOO to 5 members, and we're gonna be seeing the early first blood for KOO Tigers. A little bit of a sloppy rotation there from T1, and Wolf's gonna get punished for it. First blood is given to Hojin.
Now I want to see what MaRin is going to do, because he has the teleport advantage now, and the wave is pushing towards him. So it will be pretty easy for him to hit the level 6 off of this. So I'm curious to see what he is going to do with the teleport advantage that he has right now.
Yeah,
the KOO Tigers got the kill there, but they invested a lot to do that. Like, they used 2 flashes on Smeb and Koro, and they used double teleport for it.
3 flashes. Gorilla also popped his.
Gorilla also popped the flash.
So, exhaust. So you have 6 summoner spells for first blood. While actually T1, only Bengi and Wolf flashed, and Bengi actually got away. He's going to get caught here a little bit. Gorilla going to go for him. There is MaRin to support, so I'm not sure if they're going to get this. He's just going to pop away. Gorilla's going to take a little bit of free damage before MaRin decides to not overcommit. But yeah, so far, when you look at like economics, T1 sacrificed only 2 summoners and first blood for 6 summoners on the opposite side for a lot of global presence. It's going to be interesting to see how it happens. We do see that Wolf and Bang are in the top lane. Prey is by himself as Jinx, but I don't think they're going to be able to dive her. Faker is here. He does have level 6 and Ignite. They're going to go for it here in response. Yeah. Prey trying to put down the traps. Faker is going to actually get caught in one, but Bang doing a great job of holding that a little bit sloppy. Now Faker going to the left side is actually going to get killed by Prey. Yeah, they tried to micromanage the tower damage, but...
Yeah, but they did that incorrectly. Like, Wolf could have tanked another hit, but he didn't.
Yeah, also, actually walking on one of the traps also felt really sloppy, that it just felt like the damage didn't come out fast enough, so Faker ends up dying. Didn't pop his flash, decided just, okay, I'm just gonna die here.
That wouldn't have made a difference.
And if somebody knows that in the heat of the moment, that will be Faker.
Indeed.
So, let's see, we have only a 0.4 gold advantage here for KOO. It's not huge, it's not a lot, but a little bit of early pressure, a little bit of slight mistakes here on the side of T1. But we'll see what they pull out, because now Faker is 6. He did pop his Ignite. He did get a kill. So he's still going to want to get going here, just going to farm this up. And at this point, I'm looking forward to see the early dragon fights. I'm wondering whether T1 is going to try to go for an early one or not. But I think against this team...
SKT kind of has to. Like that is what their team is made around. They got Rumble right now with his ultimate and Haunting Guys. So if they would fight 5 versus 5 at the Dragon right now, they would easily win that. So I think if SKT goes for the Dragon, I think KOO Tigers just has to let that go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also, yeah, that's really good stuff, because MaRin just has the TP. He can just do his thing in the top lane now. Gonna push that out and TP at any point. Smeb now, let's see here, going... Yeah, it seems like he's going to go for some early magic resist so he doesn't die, seeing that, hey, Kassadin and Rumble on the opposite team, I'm going to need some magic resist to survive, get that shield from...
Yeah, he's going to grab the X Drinker. That is pretty good when you are against 2 magic damage characters. I think he's going for Black Cleaver as second item, though, to get some armor penetration going.
And just overall great item on on the Riven, especially also with the 20% cooldown reduction, just helps her out a lot. Allows you to very easily get 40% max cooldown reduction. The Riven with that can be very scary. Wolf here clearing things out. Gonna see Gorilla. Sup, man? How is your side of the things happening? But looking at farm wise, we do see that Faker has a slight junglers and Faker have slight advantages. Seems like they're going to be going for something here. Bang actually popped a little bit. Going to go on Prey. There's going to be a 2v2, knowing that there's not going to be any TP. TP's just popped. So we do see Lulu actually coming in. Prey almost going down. All Wolf from the right side. Going to be in danger. MaRin TPing a little bit behind, but he's going for this fight. Prey and Koro. Koro going to go down. They went in a little bit late, but now it's really happening. Gorilla left by himself. And as you said, early team fight. MaRin not even needing to pop. No, actually, I did think I missed it, but he definitely
used it at the start.
Yeah, used it at the start. Really great. Almost seemed like Wolf was gonna die, but actually practically baiting the fight to go over to the right side a little bit closer to MaRin. Really good early game fight, and that's gonna give him Dragon to boot, so they're gonna take the first really good advantage in the game.
Yeah, I don't really understand why KOO Tigers did that. Like, Smeb did not have teleport at that time, but still they wanted to engage in that. Like, they overextended there, allowing SKT to do this.
Yeah. They didn't show it on the... I didn't notice it on the minimap, and they didn't show it on the camera at the time, but when Wolf and Bang went in, obviously MaRin had TP'd way from the side, so KOO had no idea that the TP was there, although they should have realized that, hey, something's happening. Why are they going hard?
They should have seen this coming, because the reason why SKT did that is when Riven used her teleport earlier, they actually timed it when it would get back up. So they knew at that point that Smeb did not have teleport. Yep. So they knew that they could easily win that fight and take on the dragon. Right now, SKT has a lead, and we know what happens when you give SKT a lead.
They keep it.
They keep it. Later on, they will take Baron, and they will destroy your Nexus before it expires.
Yeah, this is like, if you're gonna let him do, Faker going in very heavily yet again, 3-on-3 fight bottom, Gorilla going in, Chomper's going down, Bengi's gonna get knocked back up, nice, clean kill there, Hojin gonna get. So, Gorilla and Prey working quite well together to do that, while MaRin can't press too hard against Smeb in the top lane. So at the least KOO knows that, hey, we can at least still apply pressure, still get some kills, while we've got sort of the bit of a mid-game cooldown going on while they're waiting for MaRin to get his TP back up. But I still think at this point Faker, he needs to go around the map. Equalizer popped, MaRin going in really hard on Smeb, knowing here that Kassadin's coming up. Faker on the way top does have Ignite. Rek'Sai coming in from the backside as well. Smeb gonna go to the right. Faker's gonna go in on him. Pops the shield. Pops the slow. No Ignite pop yet. Gonna use his ultimate. Smeb almost escaping. Wolf going in for the taunt. Nice hit and giving the kill to Faker. So right away, continuing to roam, getting that Kassadin going.
I think Smeb should not have flashed there, but maybe he thought that he could get away from that. But I think it was pretty certain that he was not going to get away from that, even with flash.
Yeah, really good play overall. MaRin popped his abilities and slows on Smeb in a really good position, really early. Faker was like barely halfway up the map, but like knowing, hey, it's Kassadin, he'll get up here in time, and we'll just get this guy. And also knowing that they had the Shen ultimate, Stand United, ready as well.
True. Well, he kinda failed his ultimate, but it was okay, it seems.
Yeah, everything kinda worked out fine. So they're just gonna take that kill. Faker on 2 kills early, not something you want. Rumble with 2 kills early as well. So early on, T1 definitely seems like they have an advantage. It's only 1k, but it is a dragon alongside as well, so they, like, the mid-game team fights are gonna be even a little bit stronger, and when you think about the fact that this is a mid-game team fight team, like it's slowly getting to the point where T1 just wants to fight. Equalizer's up, let's fight. Equalizer's up, let's fight.
Indeed. And also, it might be only 1.5k gold, but you have to see where the gold is right now. Lee Sin has 2 kills, and you don't want the gold to be on Lee Sin. You want it to be on the carries. Right now, Lulu is pretty far behind on Kassadin. Kassadin already has Rod of Ages, and Lulu has not even completed the feats yet.
Yeah, so Koro's behind, and as you say, definitely you would want those 2 kills on Riven or on Jinx, because they have what KOO has is that they do have 2 dudes that can carry. Riven can just, if they have one good team fight, both Riven or Jinx can get a triple kill, and all of a sudden they're back in the game. Because that's just the kind of champions they are. You give Riven a triple kill, despite a sort of a not that great laning phase, all of a sudden next team fight, she's just going to find your carry and kill him in 2 seconds. You give Jinx a triple kill, all of a sudden in team fight, she's running around, critting the shit out of everything. I'm not supposed to swear during these things, and just kill everybody. So definitely KOO still has ways of getting back into this.
I think so too, but we would have to see how KOO is going to react on the next Dragon fight, which is in 1 minute. They might have to ignore it, but last time they didn't either, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They do have the double TP. MaRin also has his. Stand United is ready for Wolf, so Wolf and MaRin can actually stay away from the Dragon fight until it starts. And it is going to be interesting to see how it goes, because one thing it feels like KOO has, in some ways at least, they do have a decent amount of peel, they do have a decent amount of keeping people alive, everything from, Lee Sin, Koro, Gorilla, they all have peel and ways of keeping people alive. So if they want to keep people away from prey and allow prey to do damage, that's possible, but he doesn't really have that much. He barely has any crit. So at this point, prey is like, not the big factor. The AD carries are not the big factors, but Bang already has a lot of utility to give his team. His ultimate allows just the only thing that Bang needs to do in a team fight is pop ults. And he's already doing a lot of work.
Indeed. Well, Jinx normally turns good when she has Infinity Edge, Static Shift, and Last Whisper, but that will probably be 15 minutes before that happens. And this is what I expected to happen. KOO Tigers ignored the Dragon because they knew that they were not going to be able to take that.
Yeah, also, I think that overall the second and third dragons are not valued as highly as the first one.
True.
Generally.
Well, the third one is pretty good, though. 5% movement speed is pretty huge.
That is true. That is true. Faker going in for a little bit of damage here on Koro. Not popping everything. Not diving smartly, with both TPs still up and all that good stuff. But so far, it definitely feels like T1 has control of the game as it stands right now. KOO just need to kind of just farm, control, not lose more fights, not get into a bad position. Try to create a team. I tried maybe to go in for picks and try to get Smeb going, something like that. But just playing passively, I think they're just going to get slowly outmaneuvered and slowly out-controlled this game, because now T1's going to start taking towers.
Yeah, I actually think KOO Tigers has to do something soon, because if it goes on like this, Kassadin will keep putting the pressure on someone, and right now Rumble has completed Hourglass. Riven cannot 1v1 Rumble anymore. So they kind of have to do something right now, but it will be pretty difficult to find a way to do that.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of spot here. Faker just trying to go for those opportunities on prey, forcing Hojin here to try to defend him as well. But nice play from Gorilla actually getting him back and away. Jinx, yeah, still not a factor. MaRin here is going to go into the top lane, easily grab this tower. People saying 82% that MaRin will win. MaRin even popping Equalizer here to keep the push alive and kind of forcing Riven to stay in the top lane.
82%. If I watched this game, I would say 95%.
Definitely not. I think out of all the teams that have played this entire tournament, this is probably the most stacked finals. This technically, in a way, is probably the best final we could get, because the team that might actually give T1 a challenge is the one playing against them right here.
Yeah, I think so too. People thought at the start of the tournament that the final was going to be SKT Telecom against Edward Gaming, but they did not feel that strong in their games. Like they lost against Origin in the group stage. Well, I don't want to say bad things about Origin, but if you are losing to them, then you are not winning the final against SKT. That's not going to happen.
I think that was actually, wasn't that LGD?
What, LGD?
I think it was LGD that lost against Origin.
Oh.
I believe.
Well, I could be wrong, but it went wrong for them somewhere, and that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, they lost 3-0 to Fnatic in the quarterfinals. EDG. They felt overall out of their depth this tournament, like they hadn't adapted.
Yeah. LGD also, like to talk about those, like that's also a really strong team normally, but they did not show it in the group stage. Like they went to 0-3 in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
And that is where the league's greatest disappointment memes popped up, and yeah.
Yeah, just China was, nice escape there from Faker, almost getting caught, but getting away and jumping right back in, not even scared a little bit. But yeah, this tournament, it really felt like the big surprise was China not showing up.
Yeah.
Like, you would not, going into the tournament, I don't think a lot of people would have told you that Origin and Fnatic are going to be in the semis. Fnatic, some people would be like, yeah, if everything goes really well, we might see Fnatic in the semis. Like, if they play the hell out of everything, if they bring their best, and if they get lucky, might see Fnatic in the semis. But seeing Fnatic and Origin in the semis, and seeing the teams, and especially, like, beating EDG 3-0 to get to set semis, that's not something a lot of people would have expected.
No, definitely not. Like, if you would tell me that these will be the semifinals, I would have not believed you. Like, Fnatic, maybe. Origin, no. Definitely not.
And Origin is actually one of the European teams that actually beat Chinese teams in the group stage, I believe. I think they actually, if memory serves me correctly, they took a victory off Ulster.
Yep.
So they were actually being expected. Like, nobody really thought, I think, that they would beat T1. Wolf, Prey staying around a little bit too long, but knowing he has backup from Smeb, he's going to go into Wolf. Kind of drop to half left, but he's just going to get away. So, I don't know, at this point, it seems like KOO's just they know they need to force something. It feels like they're not sure what, because their biggest tower pusher is Jinx, but if you're going to let her push, it means that she's at her minigun range, which means that she's just waiting to be popped like a grape. So they just need to get things going. That's why Smeb is running around trying to really prioritizing giving Smeb as much farm as possible. He is working on his items. He's trying to desperately get that farm. Prey does have eye edge and is slowly working towards that Shiv so that he can be relevant in team fights. But still, it feels like overall T1 is like, yeah, we're not bothered. We're not bothered. Just play the control game, play the way we can, and we're going to be fine.
Well, as you said, they really have to do something. Like, what SKT is going to do, they are just going to stall out the game and wait until they can get 5 dragons. Like, and that is what is going to happen. Like, even now, I don't think the KOO Tigers can challenge a dragon fight right now. Maybe now, when Bang is half HP, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, TPs are up for everybody, and everybody's good to go and ready. The good thing is that KOO they have enough ward control and they have good positioning in that T1s, they're not going to continue getting picks like they did a little bit earlier on. They're not going to allow that. Like, the biggest victory so far for T1 has been that mid-game, that early team fight that gave them that first dragon, and coincidentally, indirectly, gave them the second dragon as well. Faker's going to go here in the top lane. Equalizer totally misses Smeb. There is going to soul come out. He's going to take some damage, but they're not going to get him here.
This is crucial. They popped Riven's ultimate.
Yep. So not going to be available for that team fight. And they're actually going to go for Dragon here. TP coming in from Riven as well. She's not going to have her ultimate, as you say. MaRin, and they do get the Drake, so it's going to be 2-1 to Drakes, but now Hojin's low, Gorilla's low. Going to pop in from both sides. Are they going to be able to run? Smeb, flashes being popped everywhere. MaRin going in as well. Hojin from the side by himself, kicking MaRin away. That's nice. Faker coming in from the back line. He's a little bit low, trying to go for Koro. Gorilla really low. Flash coming in. Faker going to get the kill. 3 people dead on KOO's side, sacrificing only Wolf. So they're going to take that. Lost Dragon, but they should be able to get something off this.
KOO Tigers delayed SKT's winning condition by taking that dragon, but while doing that, they gave away 3 kills just for 1. So, was that worth it for KOO Tigers? I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, because I think they're going to get something. They're probably going to lose their mid tower for this. Yeah, but they just instantly went for that fight, and instantly went for that dragon, and then just tried to run. And it's kind of hard to run from this team. I mean, Faker went for the play on the right side, had Stand United on him. Wolf died because he was alone amongst 4 people so easily, but his taunt allowed them to get 3 kills. So that was an easy sacrifice, and they take mid tower. So, I think. Can't see it because Jinx is in the way. Yeah, they do take mid tower. So, Lost Dragon got mid tower, got 3 kills. Easily worth it. And really good play overall, forcing Smeb to pop ult.
I think what SKT has to do now is focus around the Baron. Like, right now, they are still stronger in a 5 vs 5 situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's still, the mid game is, like, they don't want this game to go past, like, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Honestly, they want to end it soon-ish. It's better for them. Yeah, Kassadin is a really strong late game champion, but he's already gotten going. He already has Lichbane alongside his Rod of Ages, so Faker is really strong right now. Rumble has completed his 2nd major item, working on his 3rd. Sivir has Shiv alongside IH. Jinx as well, but between those two in team fights, Bang is still quite strong alongside his utility as well. Seems like Prey's trying to bait Faker out, but knowing that Smeb is there in the backline ready to go, but I don't think you're going to bait out Faker.
I don't think so. And even if you catch Faker, it will be very difficult to kill him, because, yeah, it is still Kassadin.
Yeah, exactly. KOO, okay, seems like they're going to try to go for the response. This is not going to be a difficult tower to take. T1's just going to know they're a little bit out of position. They're going to take it, but Rek'Sai coming in from left side. Are they thinking of going for something here? They're just going to clear the wards and say, thanks for all the fish. We're just going to be fine with this. Seems like there's going to be trying to see some fights focused. MaRin is in the bot lane. He doesn't have teleport. All 5 members of KOO are here, so if they're going to try to go for something, trying to go for a 5-4 engagement might be the smart thing to do. If they want to fight, they should actually do it in the next, like, half minute before MaRin has his TP. But it seems like they're not going to.
Okay, it looks like MaRin is going to group with the rest. Lulu is bottom to push down the wave, but he has teleport.
Yeah, finally has some items completed, so he has Death Cap alongside that Athenes, so shields are going to be big. And we do see Lee Sin actually with the Aegis alongside the Hex Drinker, so that's interesting. Not something I'm used to seeing personally, maybe that's just me, but I actually quite interesting to see that.
I think that is the right decision. Like, in my opinion, it is better to get the lockets on the jungler than on the support.
Yeah, and also the guy that pretty much at this point, Hojin, despite getting 3 kills this game, his job is kind of the same as he has like a 2-way job. He either helps Koro and Gorilla keep Prey alive. That's what his ultimate is for. That's what his safeguard is for. Or he helps trying to create picks. And the way the team fights have evolved this game, you're not going to have picks. You're just going to have flat out team fights. Gorilla with half HP, gonna get caught out by himself, forced to pop ultimate. They're gonna pop smites and such on him, but they are gonna be able to get away.
They popped 2 important ultimates from KOO Tigers there for only a Sivir ultimate.
Yeah, not too bad. And a lot of low people here are gonna be able to go in. That's the question. Don't think they're gonna dive the tower, but Drake's up in a minute, so they're sort of trying to create a zone of control. They're not going to have those two ultimates are not going to be available for the next dragon fight if they take it at the exact timing, I think.
I think Lulu Ultimate will be back up at that point.
Oh, okay.
It is not that long, Lulu Ultimate. And also, I think Lulu had blue buff when he used it. No, he didn't. But Afid gives 20% cooldown reduction. You get 10% from mastery, or 5%, sorry. So you have 25% cooldown reduction. And also look at it. It's almost back up.
Yeah, okay, they're gonna have it for that fight. But now at this point, T1 is like, as you said, they sort of, like, by losing the third dragon, they've sort of have to maybe back off from that as an early win condition. But Baron is a perfectly decent win condition, so trying to create some control around it and possibly take an early dragon might not be a bad idea at all, because they still... That's one of the things you gotta love. If you play standard, and if you just play the way you play, working on those 5-man T-fights, where teleport is not a factor, that's where the Ignite is actually much better than the second teleport. Because so far it feels, because T1 is controlling, that second teleport is not really helping them out at all.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, we got a fight here.
T1
Oh, that is
nice
a really
pop
good equalizer.
by Gorilla. Really nice equalizer in response, though, but it just almost feels like nothing's going to happen from it.
They couldn't capitalize on it because Bang was already on low HP. And now KOO Tigers might actually want to go for Baron. Even though that might be a risky play.
Nice bit of pop in there, though. Nice equalizer, but also really good pulverize from Gorilla. Caught, I think, 4 people in it.
Yeah, indeed. But, yeah, Bang was already on low HP, so they were not able to do anything with it.
I'm not too excited. Seems like Prey's actually going Bloodthirster third item instead of Last Whisper. Maybe because they're going against so many AP carries, much more squishy targets. Faker gonna get almost engaged on. People backed off. Hojin getting so low, the Ignite off. Ooh, Ultimate being forced to pop. Are they gonna continue the fight or not? Hojin's gonna be forced to back at this point. Doesn't seem like there's anybody too low on T1's side, though at the very least they're going to continue the pressure. MaRin going in, just kind of making sure they're backing off. Bengi and Faker from the right side just going to continue pressuring on, take this mid tower. Maybe not quite instead, but they still have the capacity to do that. Lee Sin, Hojin on the way out. Bengi and MaRin getting slow, getting a little bit low. Stand United popping. And it seems like they're all just going to back off from each other. T1 still sitting on a 4k gold lead. 4 kills over. Towers are equal, but they have a dragon over as well, so very close to popping that mid tower, and just waiting for that next team fight to happen, really.
The team fight is happening now.
Gorilla gonna get caught, forced to pop ultimate, pulverize, and Wolf there. Bengi getting caught a little bit in the team. Nice equalizer, catching a lot of people off guard. Faker going in. Bang gonna be able to get the kill there on Gorilla. Prey goes down as well. Easy catching Hojin, giving Bang that double kill, so that's going to be a Baron right there.
That's a Baron, yeah, and I don't think that there's anything that KOO Tigers can do about it right now.
Not at all. Not at all. Bengi was thinking of backing, but yeah, he's just going to do that and act as a human ward as that's happening. And of course, with Hojin not there, it's nothing. Oh, they waited for it, baited for the Smeb Ignite on him, and he's just going to get killed here. That was great. They actually didn't go for the Baron. Decided to bait the kill on Smeb instead. That was pretty.
That was pretty good mind games with them, because KOO Tigers maybe thought that if SKT would do Baron, then they will be able to win the 2 versus 5 with them being aggroed by Baron. So they thought that SKT was doing that, but actually they were not, and SKT was waiting for that. So that's a pretty good prediction of SKT to see that coming.
Yeah, with somebody that Riven that can actually get off a 5-man stun. So that was actually not a horrible idea by KOO. But yeah, as you see, they're a bit of a repeat of that earlier fight.
They saw it coming.
Definitely saw it coming. Really good play here by SKT, continuing to get their lead going. And what was your prediction for this series again?
3-0 for SKT.
3-0 for SKT, yeah.
Yes, I think they are going to... I think they are going to win this tournament being unbeaten, because right now, as SKT is playing, I don't see how they would ever lose a game.
Yeah, it's kind of really amazing to see how they went from sort of their performance in the spring season to MSI, where they weren't bad, but they weren't the best team. They weren't the best team.
They were not.
Tigers was the best team.
KOO Tigers.
Yeah, the GE Tigers at that time, I believe, now renamed to KOO, but then all of a sudden after MSI, they went back to the boardroom or something, and I don't know, they somehow changed everything they did, and all of a sudden became amazing. Nice Stand United Home Guards Wolf running around for the right sides, popping a lot of people and running back. And it's going to be 3v4. Smeb getting very low. Ultimate coming out from Prey. Smeb barely getting alive. Bengi coming in the right side, barely not getting the knockup. They're just going to turn around and focus on Prey instead. Say, okay, can't get the kill on Smeb. We'll take the kill. Double kill. And 3 people. Triple kill for Bang. As they get 3 people yet again. Great engagement. Now they might go for Baron. Or Towers.
Now they really want to go for it. No baiting this time. It is easy for them to take it right now.
Yeah, really good play by them overall. But as you said, they've looked so dominant since summer season of LCK started, and they had a lot of fun. They did a lot of good stuff. They experimented in the LCK even, but they always looked dominant, and they just continue to do that this entire tournament.
Yeah. In latest season of LCK, they have only lost 1 best of 3. So yeah,
that was against CG Entis, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, that was versus CG Entis, and they should have won that.
Yeah, you can't be as good as you are. Sometimes you'll lose a set, or you'll give something up, or things like that. But when you're in a dominant position, you can afford to lose occasionally, so it's fine.
It is like they were. I think that they already had locked in first place when that happened.
Yeah, so they might have played a little bit more relaxed than they would have otherwise. But at the same time, okay, CG Entis took a set. Where are they now? Don't see them at Worlds. Gorilla and Koro playing against TP coming in as Faker getting himself very low. Nice Zanya's Hourglass from the Smeb's ultimate, and he's gonna get caught and popped. Bang getting a lot of kills for his buck in this series. I think he's at 7 or 8. At least has half the kills of his team, I believe. And they're going to continue the push. They have that Baron buff. Buffed minions. Faker trying to spot something on the opposite side. Really great play. Yet again, KOO getting caught, and they're just going to have so hard time. Faker's going to push in the mid lane as this is happening as well. And they're going to play this methodically. This isn't solo queue. They're not going to go in and let's win the game now, guys. They're just going to slowly continue their advantage. They've gotten the Baron buff. They've gotten what they want from a Baron buff. You get Baron buff, you want to get an inhibitor. They've gotten an inhibitor. Now they're just going to go and continue starving the enemy team, getting their jungle, getting their buffs.
There is still that second tower at the top lane. They can grab that soon.
Yes, well, they still have their Baron buff. But yeah, as I said, Bang with 8 kills this game, no deaths, 7 assists, so he hasn't been a part of 1 kill. So just kind of just goes to show the power of those utility AD carries.
True, but in my opinion, this game was mostly Faker. In the last fight, they did everything they could to try to kill Faker, but yeah, it is a Kassadin. Mm-hmm. If Kassadin is this far ahead, it is almost impossible to kill him. Yeah,
I think we might even see a Kassadin ban next set, because, or they're either going to ban him or first pick him.
No. I think they would try to figure a way to beat it. Lulu is pretty weak in lane against Kassadin, because Lulu cannot put any pressure on it.
Yeah, but the problem with that is also that, if they're going to try to beat it, it's all a question of how T1 responds, because they're going to be able to counterpick that, and Faker can play everything. So Bengi, a little bit too far there for Bengi. They do get the tower for it, but MaRin almost dying as well. But Bengi going just a little bit too far, not getting the knockup he wanted.
Well, to continue on what we were talking about, we don't even know if Faker is playing next game. It could also be that Easy who will be playing next game, and he's a completely different player.
Mm-hmm. It's why he was played. I think some people were. Did he play all 3 sets against Fnatic?
I don't really remember, but the thing is, Faker and Easy Hoon are 2 completely different players. Faker is a playmaker, and Easy Hoon is a really good control match player, like Cassiopeia, Karthus, and Orianna mainly.
And Azir, yeah.
And Azir.
Yeah, so yeah, it's why, for instance, it does not surprise me at all that they actually pulled out Easy Hoon against Fnatic. Is they just wanted to go for that particular playstyle. They wanted to go for that control playstyle, that methodical play, knowing that while Febiven can play control mages, he wants to play the carries. He wants to go for the blocks. Smeb gonna get caught, gonna be able to escape here. But so yeah, that's the great thing also, that T1, you've seen Faker a lot more for them. I think also in the LCK, he was played, you saw Faker being played a lot more than Easy Hoon, but it's not because they don't value Easy Hoon. It's not that they Faker is the best player in the world. They will bench the best player in the world if it fits their strategy.
Indeed. And that is what makes SKT so good right now.
Yeah, they will make the strategic decisions. They will stick to strategic decisions. And while, Faker might be like, I wanted to be a part of the win, he understands. And I understand that he might get a little frustrated, but at the same time, the team wins.
He knows it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the way that is. But, he's already been a part of this finals. If you want him to make the big plays, like on guys like Kassadin, this is exactly the kind of game you want him to play.
Indeed, in my opinion, Faker has been playing an almost perfect game right now. He's putting a lot of pressure all over the map, and he can keep on doing that right now. He has 4 items. I think he can one-shot the Jinx by now.
You should be able to do that, yeah, definitely. I think the only thing's missing from his build is a Void Staff.
Yeah, true. If he wants to kill Riven, he needs a Void Staff. So he will probably do that as last item, even though he also might want to go for a defensive item, but I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think you see Kassadin's going for Abyssal Scepters, but I think with Lulu as the AP carry on the opposite side, you don't need that.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be a Void Staff. There's the Blasting Wand. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Void Staff. I don't see anything else that could be better here.
Most likely 13k gold lead for T1.
And that will only get bigger.
And it will get bigger before it gets smaller. Most definitely, they're going to want the team fight here. It seems, and KOO at this point, this is their slow death. They're going to need to get some crazy prey crits to have any shots of this game. And I mean, absolutely insane. You're going to need a 5-man Smeb ultimate into a Gorilla Pulverize into 4 prey crits for KOO to win this. And I don't think it's going to happen. Equalizer going to pop in. They're going to turn around. Ultimate from Jinx as they continue on. Prey at half health already. Faker popping Hourglass. Soon as he gets in trouble, going to ult away. MaRin a little bit low, popping Hourglass as well. Smeb trying to get the fight, not being allowed to do that. Gorilla going to go in with a Pulverize on the opposite side. Bengi goes in. Prey going to get taken down. Koro getting popped as well in the second. That's going to be the second inhibitor. In fact, that might be game as 2 people are dead. MaRin and Wolf are actually backing off here. Are they thinking of the second right? Nope, they're just going to go for the win. That's going to be it. Not even going to be able to do 3 people from them. Going to be able to go in. Gorilla going in as well. Hojin trying to get to the opposite side, but they're just going to get popped. Bang is legendary, 10 kills. And that's going to be a first set, very comfortable first set victory for SKT Telecom T1.
Indeed, and it all started with that misplay of KOO Tigers at the bottom lane where they gave away 3 kills and a dragon. That is where it all started. And this is SKT's strength. They will take the lead and they will not give it away, ever. And that is exactly what happened this game. They took the lead by taking those 3 kills, get a dragon for free, and from that point on, they had MaRin ahead, they had Faker ahead, and they played on that.
Just overall played really well, very clean, didn't see a lot of mistakes, didn't see a lot of misplays, just overall very good, clean play. I think the only misplay I saw that entire series was from Bengi, where he went a little bit too far as Rek'Sai and didn't get the knockup he wanted. But at that point, they already were at a massive lead, and that was indeed a 1 fight.
At that moment, it didn't really matter anymore.
Yeah. So it was okay, I failed. oh, nothing happens. I don't fail. I get a 3-man knockup, and we get an inhib earlier than we wanted.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah. The idea was good, but the execution wasn't that clean.
Yeah.
He did not really respect what Alistar can do to make sure that he cannot do that.
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, at this point, we're just gonna say goodbye to the first set and see you guys in the second set.